Hi, welcome to today's Vinyasa flow. For today's practice, all you need is a block or a thick sturdy book. Shoebox will work just fine. And we're gonna get started in a child's pose. So making your way to your most comfortable version of child's pose. Knees as wide or as narrow as feels good for you. Hips back towards your heels. Arms extended forward. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here just to settle in. Maybe resting that forehead on the mat if it's available for you. Inching your fingertips forward just a bit. And then as you're ready, side stretch towards the right. So walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Maybe left hand stacks on top of right. Continuing to press that left hip back. Breathe here. Next breath, walking your hands over towards the left. Right hand stacks on top of left. Breathe here. As you're ready, coming back to center. Inhale to shift your weight forward, coming to lying prone on your mat. So on your belly, arms can be extended forward here. We're gonna go through what I call swimmers. So on an inhale, lift your right arm and left foot off the mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, other side, left arm, right foot lifts. Exhale, lower down. Continue with that pattern. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Give yourself about 2 more rounds on either side. Noticing that back body, the glutes, and all along your spine activating here. I should say the muscles around your spine. Evening out on either side. Then lower back down. Walk your elbows back in towards your body. Lift your upper body for Sphinx here. You might have feet at hip distance or a bit wider if that feels better in your low back. Eyes soften or close. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another round. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Softly fluttering your eyes open here, a little different core activation. Bringing your feet together, so knees closer together. On an inhale, press your knees and tops of feet into the mat, almost like you're rounding forward to lift your hips. Slightly different version of plank, more of a rounded version. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down, hips releasing back towards the mat, crown of the head lifts. Give yourself another round here. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward, gaze down towards the mat. Hips lift off the mat, round here. Exhale, lower back down. This time taking your feet back towards hip distance. Inhale, lift to plank on the knees, more of a traditional sense here. So you're looking for a flat back. Maybe toes are tucked or untucked. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower down. Press yourself back up to a tabletop position. And then tucking your toes, begin to sink your hips back for planters. Maybe you keep a little weight in your hands. Maybe you come all the way to sitting on your heels. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet. Can always lift your hips if it feels a little too intense. Soft squeeze between the shoulder blades. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more round here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shifting forward once more for just a moment to grab that block. And then taking your block at its wider setting, so it's supporting your sit bones. Sit down here for a hero's pose. Now, if this still doesn't feel great in your knees, take a seated position. I should say easy seat. Inhale, arms lift up towards the sky. Exhale, interlace your fingers, flip your palms up to face the ceiling. Inhale, hands fall back, gaze lifts. Exhale, round the spine, palms face forward. Inhale for this version of cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, heart pulls forward. Exhale, round. Give yourself one more round here. Inhale, hands fall back, gaze lifts. Exhale, round and press forward. Returning to neutral, then release your grip. Shifting forward here. Taking the block just off towards the sides. Walk your hands forward about a handprint. Tuck your toes and lift your hips for down dog. Pausing here for a moment. Then adding in movement as it feels good. Maybe pedaling out the legs. Shifting your hips side to side. Whatever feels best here. On an inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hips down and back for chair. Keeping your weight in your heels, maybe you even flutter your toes for a moment. Draw your hands to heart center. Right foot becomes light. Step your right foot behind you and then lower down, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, take left hand to right wrist. Side stretch towards the left. Notice here if your hips want to sway towards one side, squaring them towards the top of the mat. Next breath, release arms to frame the face once more. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, actively pressing that back heel away from you. Take your palms down by your hips, hinge forward here. Almost call this like a flying crescent. Give yourself 3 rounds of breath. Crown of the head reaches forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the triceps. Next, inhale, arms lift to frame the face once more. Exhale, step forward to chair. Inhale, hands come back to heart center. Other side, exhale, step left foot behind you. Lower that back knee. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, right hand grabs left wrist. Side stretch towards the right. Giving yourself a moment here, hips square towards the top of the mat. Pulling out of that left wrist to create space. Next, inhale, arms frame the face, releasing the grip. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Really strong back leg, almost like you're over-exaggerating, pressing that heel away from you. Hands come back by your hips. Hinge forward, flying crescent. Squeeze the triceps, thinking a long diagonal line from that back heel through the crown of the head. Imagining we look like a perfect diagonal. I'll notice when I edit this if I made it or not, but just focusing on what it feels like in your body. Next, inhale, arms frame the face. Exhale, step forward to chair. Inhale, press into your heels, hands to heart center. Exhale here. Inhale, take your arms wide, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, add a little back bend if it feels good. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale here in plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Elbows graze the ribs, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift for cobra. Elbows hug the side body. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, press up to your plank, toes or knees. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Pressing into both hands equally. Focusing on a nice long spine. So you might need to bring a bend to the knees to keep your hips lifted. Breathe here. Next, inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, back bend if you want it. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward folds. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Elbows hug the side body. Inhale for up dog or cobra, heart pulls through. Exhale, meet back and down dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking your block here, highest setting just towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, arms lift once more. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Plant your hands, stepping just your left foot back, warrior 2. So back heel drops, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat, arms at shoulder height. Taking your block here at its highest setting to the outside of your right ankle. Inhale, right palm flips up, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior, right arm overhead. Inhale, extended side angle, left arm comes overhead. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, right hand to the block, left arm reaches overhead. Then play with your shoulders here. Maybe it feels good to reach forward, palm facing down. Maybe it feels better to have palm facing forward. I should say open to the same, like you're waving at someone, reaching up towards the sky. Breathe here wherever that feels best. And then shifting your weight towards your back foot, pressing into the blade edge of that back foot. Straighten your front leg. Slightly different version for triangle. Inhale here. Exhale, keep your base lift into reverse or peaceful triangle. Right arm overhead, left arm down that back leg. Keeping your base. Inhale, return to triangle, almost like a tick-tock position. Exhale, back to reverse or peaceful triangle. One more round, this time bend into your front knee, return to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to your plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale for chaturanga or the mat. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Shift your block to the left side of the mat. Inhale, arms reach all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Plant your hands, step just your right foot back this time. Back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms at shoulder height. Take that block, highest setting outside of your left ankle. Press into the blade edge of your back foot. Inhale, left palm flips up, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, extended side angle, right arm overhead. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, left hand to that block. Right arm reaches up towards the sky or reaches forward, palm facing down towards the mat. Again, just whatever feels better in your shoulder on this side of the body. Press into the blade edge of your right foot, still using that as an active part of our base. Inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle pose. Exhale, lift into your reverse or peaceful triangle. Inhale, return to triangle, left hand to block, right arm overhead. Exhale, lift into reverse or peaceful triangle. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale for chaturanga or the mat. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. Give yourself a clearing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. From that down dog, inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring right knee to left elbow, twisting here. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Pause here. Extend your right leg, blade edge of the right foot on the mat. Left heel drops. Left arm lifts. Fall in triangle. Hips press up towards the sky. Breathe here. Next breath, left hand back to the mat. Knee hugs back to the chest. Right foot back for downward facing dog. Clearing breath between sides. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Other side, inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, pause. Left leg extends, blade edge of the foot on the mat, right heel drops, right arm lifts, hips press towards the sky. Breathe here. Next breath, right hand back to the mat, left knee to chest, step back to down dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, strong flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step right back to down dog, so hips lifted. Inhale, sweep right leg up towards the sky. Exhale for pigeon, right knee towards right wrist. Lay your shin down on the mat. Untuck your back toes. Then check behind you. Make sure that your toes are pointing straight behind you. It's easy for them to have a tendency to want to come towards the middle of the mat. You might stay right here. Maybe you lower down to your forearms or forearms on the block. In some bodies, it's available to fully lay flat. If that's your body, go for it. A few rounds of breath in this pigeon shape. Bringing that awareness back to your breath. Next inhale, you'll lift the upper body, palms press into the mat. Mindful as we make our way out of this shape, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Then step back to downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg towards the sky. Exhale, pigeon, left knee towards left wrist. Lay your shin down on the mat. Untuck your back toes. Again, checking here, back toes are straight, Maybe you pull your left heel up closer towards the top of the mat. Not parallel, just whatever feels best in your hips. Then lowering down to your level of comfort here. Bodies are different side to side, so honor what works for you. Few rounds of breath here. Next, inhale, lifting your upper body, press into the palms. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to rock forward to plank. Then exhale, lower your knees to the mat, tabletop. Inhale, extend your right leg long behind you, toes flexed. Exhale, right foot out towards the side. Foot plants off the mat. Tuck your back toes. Sink your hips back, half childs, half planters. Breathe here. You can always untuck your left toes if it's too intense, or lift your hips a bit out of the shape. Just one more breath. When that's complete, rock forward, returning to tabletop. Other side, left leg extends long behind you. Exhale, left foot out towards the side of your mat. Plant it off the mat. Tuck your back toes. Sink your hips back, half childs, half planters on this side. Again, you can lift the hips or untuck the toes as you need to. Breathe here. When you're ready, shifting out of that shape, return to tabletop to make your way to a seated position, and then swipe your heels out from under you. We'll come to a wide leg forward fold. Now you can have heels on the mat if you want to come towards the side so your heels are nice and supported. Toes are at a gentle flex, nothing too intense. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward and fold forward. Now you might have hands resting on the mat. You can bring a block under your forearms if that feels better in your body. Wherever you are, allow your head to hang heavy, slightly tucking the chin towards the chest. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here. Wait for your next inhale. Use that to press your upper body out of the shape. Bring a bend to the knees, soles of the feet to the mat, and then walk your feet together. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine, pull your heart towards your knees, slight squeeze between the shoulder blades. Exhale, extend your right leg, left sole of the foot comes to the inside of that right thigh, Janu Shashasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward and fold forward. Heart pulls towards your thumbs. Give yourself 2 rounds of breath here. Not rushing to complete them, just noticing that natural rhythm. When that's complete, inhale, lift your upper body out of the shape. Left knee stays bent, left foot to the outside of that right leg. Right arm wraps around the knee, left hand props up behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left shoulder pulls back. Notice here where your gaze is. It can be tempting to want to really crank your neck, looking as far behind you as possible. But allow your gaze to fall where it's natural, letting that twist come from the shoulders rather than that neck area. One more moment. Next breath, release. Unwind, both legs extend long for a moment. Then right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward, fold forward. Give yourself a few rounds of breath right here. Next breath, lift your upper body out of the shape. Right sole of the foot to the outside of left leg. Left arm wraps around the knee. Right hand props up behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, right shoulder pulls back. Again, keeping that long spine in the twist. Using your left arm as leverage to keep that knee hugged close towards your body. Breathe here. Next breath, unwind, returning back to center. Now, yogi's choice here. If you'd like to end in Shavasana, you're welcome to make your way there. Or seated meditation, finding easy seat, whichever leg you prefer in front. Hands resting on the knees, eyes soft or closed. Not letting that term meditation intimidate you. Just using this as a moment to check in with your breathing once more. Noticing those inhales and exhales, the rise and fall in your chest. Give yourself a few moments just to breathe here. Checking in here, if your mind starts to wander, bringing it back towards your breath. Give yourself 3 more rounds of breath wherever you are. When that's complete for you, if you're in Shavasana, taking your time as you make your way towards an easy seat. We'll close with a collective breath. Eyes can stay soft or closed. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community. I hope you have a lovely day.